Have you ever found yourself pausing in the middle of your living room only to wonder, when did that rug start to curl up at the edges? Or noticed a small thing out of place, but let it slide, thinking it wasn't much to worry about? There are so many invisible corners and secrets in a house, especially after a lifetime of living, that we start to overlook. It's easy to imagine our homes as our safest place, but sometimes it's the places we trust most that hold hidden dangers, the quiet sort that sneak up as we grow older. Today, we're talking about something close to my heart, the 8 hidden household dangers that most seniors don't even realize are there, especially after 70. My name is Albert, and I want to welcome you to Golden Age Wisdom, the channel for every one of us seeking comfort, safety, and a little more peace in our golden years. I've lived through more than a few winters, and I've seen how tiny details can make a world of difference. Maybe you're like me, someone who treasures quiet mornings, the warmth of an afternoon sunbeam on your favorite chair, the gentle laughter of grandkids playing, even the soft tick of a kitchen clock. That's why it's so important to keep our homes as safe as possible. So grab a seat, maybe a nice cup of tea, and let's share a little time together as we go through these 8 overlooked household dangers. We'll speak honestly, warmly, and, if you're anything like me, maybe remember some stories along the way. The first hidden danger strikes right where we feel safest, under our own feet. Hazard number 1, slippery floors and loose rugs. Let me start with a story. My old friend Bill used to joke that he could shuffle across the hardwood in his socked feet faster than anyone. But one autumn, he tripped on a small edge of the carpet, barely an inch high. Down he went. Thankfully, he only bruised his pride, but it reminded me how little it takes for a normal day to turn into something you wish you could take back. So many of us love a good rug. They tie a room together. But those little corners that curl or edges that flip up can be more dangerous than a patch of ice in January. And a slippery floor, especially after a bit of rain or an enthusiastic grandchild running in from outside, well, let's say that even the most careful feet can lose their grip. It's not about being careless, it's about time doing what it does, quietly changing the way we walk, making our balance just a little less sure. One slip can lead to a fractured hip or worse. A simple fix is double-sided rug tape or non-slip pads. Sometimes it even means removing the rug altogether. Take a moment to walk your home. Notice how your feet treat every surface. Where does your heel catch or your step stutter? Because safety begins with awareness, not just good memory. If you've got a helpful tip for keeping those old floors safe, I'd truly love to hear it. Feel free to share your wisdom in the comments below. Sometimes, the best advice comes from those who've seen life's lessons firsthand. Let's move now from the floors to the stairs. Hazard number 2, poor lighting and shadowy corners. There's a comfort in dim lamplight, isn't there? Softer, quieter. But sometimes, those gentle shadows hide things we don't expect. My neighbor Dorothy, bless her heart, always said she knew her house in the dark like the back of her hand. But one evening, she misjudged a step. The shadows played tricks on her, and she landed at the bottom, shaken and frightened. As we get older, our eyes need more light to see the things we once took for granted. Hallways, staircases, even bedrooms can become obstacle courses when lit with just a single low bulb, or not lit at all. A simple way to help is to add small nightlights along the path, especially near stairs, bathrooms, and the way to the kitchen. These days, there are battery-powered stick-on ones that make it easy for anyone. And ask yourself, does that lampshade need a brighter bulb? Remember, we may have less energy to bounce back after a fall. So let's not give the darkness any more power than it deserves. Brightening our spaces brightens our days and keeps our evenings peaceful and safe. Hazard number 3, clutter and forgotten obstacles. Now, I admit, some things are hard to part with. A photograph, a stack of old letters, a chair that's seen better days. The memories cling to them like warm blankets. But if there's one simple truth I've learned, it's that too much stuff in the wrong places becomes a hazard, not a help. Harold, an old friend of mine, loved books. Everywhere you looked, there was a pile, beside the bed, under the coffee table, even in the hallway. One morning, bleary-eyed and looking for his slippers, he stumbled right over The Great American Novel and took quite a tumble himself. Each time we walk our home, we're playing a gentle game of memory. Where are the shoes, the laundry basket, the walking stick? But all it takes is one forgotten newspaper or a wayward footstool for things to go wrong. It's not about keeping a spotless house. It's about keeping clear paths, especially where we walk most, like between the bedroom and bathroom. Maybe ask a loved one or a neighbor to help tidy up. Sometimes, a fresh set of eyes can spot what you've stopped seeing. Trust me, a clear hallway can be the difference between a peaceful morning and an unwelcome accident. If you found a way to keep clutter at bay in your home, I'd be grateful if you'd leave a little note below. We're a community, and every bit of sharing helps another soul. Hazard number 4, unsecured cords and cables. Modern living comes with a tangle of things that plug in: lamps, phones, even those handy electric recliners. But too often, cords snake across walkways or peek out where you don't expect them. Ruth, my sister-in-law, loves her afternoon radio shows. But one day, she caught her toe on the vacuum cord hidden beneath the living room chair and nearly went head over heels. She's a careful lady, too, but even the nimblest dancer can trip on something she doesn't see. Take a walk through your home, looking for spots where cords sneak underneath. Can you tuck them behind furniture or use cord covers that stick to the floor? Battery-powered lamps are a fine alternative, too, for places where wires just can't help but cross the path. Our feet need all the help they can get, and so do our eyes. Don't let a wandering wire get the better of you. A little attention now is worth the peace of mind later. Hazard number 5, forgotten medications and expired products. There are few things trickier than keeping track of every pill, ointment, or vitamin bottle that finds its way into the medicine drawer. The trouble is, over the years, those bottles pile up. Labels fade, dates rub off. Sometimes we even forget what a medicine is for. My dear friend, Edna, kept every old prescription just in case. One day she had a headache, reached for what she thought was pain relief, but it was something completely different. Thankfully, she caught herself in time, but it shook her. Expired medicines can lose their strength. Worse, some can even turn dangerous. And then there's the risk of mixing up the bottles, especially for those of us whose eyesight isn't what it once was. Every few months, take a quiet hour and go through your medicine drawer. Check every label. Ask your pharmacist for help if needed. Old creams, outdated pills, they deserve a dignified farewell. Keep only what you really need, neatly organized and clearly labeled. I want you to know, it's okay to ask your children, your doctor, or your pharmacist for help. Together, a little organization can spare us a lot of trouble. And it's one more way of taking care of ourselves and the ones who love us. Hazard number 6, the forgotten threat of fire. Hazards, it's easy to forget how quickly a fire can start, especially in the home we've always known. Overloaded outlets, space heaters, a candle left too close to the curtains. These are quiet risks that can change everything in the blink of an eye. I remember one winter, years ago, My neighbor, Mrs. Bernstein, warmed her hands by a little space heater every morning. It was a comfort on those icy January days. But one day, a blanket slipped off her lap without her noticing and touched the heater. The smoke alarm saved her, but the memory lingered. Old wiring, frayed lamp cords, or a toaster with a cranky mechanism shouldn't be ignored. And always make sure your smoke alarms have fresh batteries. You'd be surprised how fast a year goes by without changing them. If you light candles, never leave them alone, especially if you leave the room. And remember, a plugged-in space heater belongs several feet from anything that could burn. Prevention is a quiet kind of love, for ourselves and the family who wants to keep us safe. It's a small gesture with the greatest kind of reward, a peaceful, protected home. Hazard number 7, unseen, water leaks and mold. Sometimes the dangers aren't sudden like a fall or a fire. Some creep in soft and slow, like water where it shouldn't be. Dripping pipes under the sink, a toilet that sometimes seems to run a little too long, or a window that lets in rain during a storm. Over time, these quiet leaks invite a guest nobody wants: mold. Mold grows in shadows, behind walls, under rugs, around windowsills. It might look like a smudge or feel like a little dampness at first, but it can make us cough, wheeze, or feel unwell, especially for folks with lung problems or allergies. My cousin Harold once said, "I thought it was just the old musty smell from Grandpa's chair," until he found a patch of green hiding behind it. That explained his stuffy nose and scratchy throat every winter. If you notice a new scent or a dark spot where there wasn't one before, don't wait. Ask for help. Better to catch a leak or mold early than let it grow. Simple things like running a fan in the bathroom or opening a window after a shower can help keep the air fresh and dry. Our bodies have enough to handle without mold making us feel worse. A fresh home is the best medicine of all. Hazard number 8, the phantom menace, scams at the door or on the phone. Now, this last one may not be as easy to trip over or as obvious as a loose rug. It's about the trust that holds your home together, the trust you place in the knock at the door or the ring of the phone. I remember Ruth's story. A pleasant young man with a clipboard and a charming smile told her he was from the gas company and needed to inspect her meter inside. She let him in, he seemed so polite, and only later noticed something wasn't right. A hidden wallet, missing jewelry. It broke her heart that she'd been fooled. These days, scams come by phone and mail just as often. Strangers pretending to be from a bank, the government, even grandchildren in trouble. They know just what to say to create worry or urgency or a misplaced sense of trust. Here's what I remind myself and everyone I love. Never open the door to someone you don't know, no matter how official they seem. If a phone call asks for personal details, hang up and call the real number you know by heart, not the one they give you. If an offer sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Keep a list of trusted contacts near your phone, and don't ever feel embarrassed to check twice or ask a friend or relative for a second opinion. Remember, even the wisest among us can get caught off guard. The best password is always caution, and the best security is having someone who cares, looking out for you. A few closing words as we draw our time together to a gentle close. Our homes are built on years of laughter, memories, and love. Each flowered curtain, each faded photograph and worn-out chair is a part of our story. As we travel through our 7th, 8th, or even 9th decade, keeping our homes safe is a gift not just to ourselves, but to the families and friends who cherish us. Maybe there's a tip or habit you've discovered that keeps your living space secure and welcoming. I'd be truly grateful if you'd leave a comment below and share your wisdom with us all. Sometimes it's the smallest idea, a different light bulb, a gentle reminder, a simple morning walk through your home that ends up sparing someone a world of trouble. And if you've found value in today's conversation, it would warm my heart to have you join us. Please consider subscribing, liking, or even sharing this video with a friend or neighbor who might appreciate an extra bit of safety in their golden years. It's a lovely way to stay connected and to help each other along the way. Remember, growing older is a great privilege, a gift earned one day at a time. With each year comes new wisdom, and with a little care, our homes can remain the safe refuges they've always been. Thank you for spending this time with me. Let me know in the comments, what's one simple habit, little or big, that's kept your home safe or made your life easier? I look forward to reading every word. Take care, dear friends. May your days be gentle, your home be safe, and your heart always find peace. Until next time, this is Albert from Golden Age Wisdom, wishing you all the comfort and security you deserve.